to say it because of what happened, but they'd rather fight with their honor.
For Mexican fighters, it's all about pride. They'll die in the ring.
So I saw the tape of Kim. Dave Wolf sent me a tape.
Does the tape do you that much good?
Oh yeah,
in boxing?
Oh yeah,
It helps a lot.
For me, it did. For me, certain guys give a tell. There was certain you're not going to fight me the same as you fought. I know that. I'm not watching how he's fighting the guy. I'm watching does he give certain tells? Does he do certain things all the time? Certain bad habits.
Yep.
In your career, guys that we've heard of, who was a guy where you had a revolutionary tell? You realize how big a tell that they had.
Camacho.
What was it?
Camacho, and I watched him from early on. Camacho, if you watch him, he did a shuck and jive.
Shuck and jive.
But before he set, but Camacho did the same thing before he set. He'd move around, then he'd set down, and he'd rush in with a jab, left hand, right uppercut, right hook, and move away. Didn't matter if he hit you or not. He'd do the same thing. When he move around. But when he move around,
he never came off of that. That was what he threw every time.
He done that for every fight. As soon as he stops, you jump on him. So when I fought him, as soon as he chuck his jab, as soon as he stopped, I jump in with a jab and knock him off and back up and he run.
Fucking fast as jab.
Yeah, I know.
That's certain guys.
Ray Mancini just threw a jab, sitting in a massage chair, just threw a jab, and I only saw it going back. My God. So he had the biggest tell.
Yeah, for me, I watched that.
But you lost. You didn't even do any good. You didn't jump on him enough, right?
Obviously not. No. But when I saw Kim fight, I watched him win the Pan Pacific title, and he defended it once. But I just watched. He went in and brawled, left, the bombs. He was relentless. I called my manager, Dave Wolf. I said, so what'd you think? I said, Dave, it's going to be a headache. It's going to be a headache. But we know he's number one contender. We got to do it. We had to fight it. I had to have a mandatory defense. But it's going to be a headache. So, all right, but let's prepare for it. Then you just get in the mind, well, it's going to be a war. I'm going to prepare for war. That's it.
Now, how do you train for a war as opposed to a boxing match?
No,
it's just sparring partners
for me,
to punch the hell out of you?
Well, you have certain sparring partners. You get sparring partners that have the style similar or close to your opponent, and we always did good with that. And I trained for that fight in Palm Springs. Interesting enough, I shared the training camp with Alexis. We tried the same hotel, and we shared it. He took it earlier, and I went later. And it was funny. That was unusual. Before he was to fight Pryor, before the fight with Pryor. So in
my opinion, my favorite fight of all time, Alexis Arguello and Aaron Pryor.
But number one, yeah.
Yeah, my all-time favorite fight.
And I was watching that in my hotel room. And now it gets you pumped up, What a great fight. It was a great, great fight. But, you just get sparring partners that train like the guy, fight like the guy.
So you train, and I got you sidetracked, and I apologize.
That's okay.
So now you're ready to fight Kim in Las Vegas at Caesars, outside.
Right.
Now, this is a big deal. Was this on television?
Oh, CBS, prime time, Saturday afternoon. And Frank Sinatra's ring was right there. Frank Sinatra, Frank
Sinatra was guest referee.
I came back, I went and...
Frank Sinatra Jr.
And actually 2 days before, one of the great pictures I got, I went backstage and met Mr. Sinatra for one of his shows, and took a picture of me putting a glove on him, talking. So
you're a good kid, boom, boom.
Came to the fight. He was ringside. Lou Rawls, Robert Goulet, Willie Stargell.
Hold on. Robert Goulet kind of takes the fun out of that run you just had. Willie Stargell, Big Pops,
Big Pops, that's it, man.
Pop, you got Willie Stargell, Sinatra, and you're like, Robert Goulet, I'm like, man.
I'm going to tell you a quick story, too. In the middle of the fight, I don't know exactly what round, the fight's hectic. I thought, sometimes you fight, you think you hear, but you're not sure. All I hear, I see a guy come over in the corner of my eye, I see somebody tell Chuck Fagan. He tells Chuck, he tells Chuck Fagan, will you tell that boy to move his head? No, I can't imitate Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby goes
Would you please tell Mr. Mancini to bob and weave, you see?
He
doesn't move his head, he gives it a pop, but this is a boom, this is a blop. And I want him to move his head, you see? With the head and the moving, and then the Korean boy would miss. Now, if you could tell him that,
I said, Chuck, I said later on, I said, was it me, Chuck? Was it me? He goes, yeah. He said, he said, will you tell that boy the movie said? And Chucky will tell you, he said, yeah. He said, Bill, I want to tell him, Bill, I love you, but get the fuck out, man.
It was Bill Cosby.
It was. No, it was.
You weren't moving your head enough for his liking.
For his liking, obviously. So he was there, obviously. He said,
He's a Philly guy. He's a tough guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's Mr. Happy, but don't forget, Bill Cosby's a Philly guy.
Yeah, yeah.
So, the Kim fight, you're ready to go. They come and they get you out of the dressing room, and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
And you're ready to go.
Yeah.
I mean, as ready as you've ever
Could
been.
be. That's a great training camp.
Okay.
My mind's right.
Round one. I'm not going to go round for round because it'd be a 5-hour podcast. You lock horns with
First punch. He runs out. We run
and
out
that's
together.
that's your game.
That's my game. He runs out and then he runs out and throws a straight left hand, catches him right on the chin. First punch. Boom. Oh, it's
So he was a southpaw.
He's a southpaw.
So he runs out, beats you at your own game. You're the guy that runs out and makes the other guy back up.
Right.
Duck Kim.
First punch.
Duck Kim runs out, meets you halfway, and backs you up.
Hits me first shot back, and then we go toe to toe.
But in that first shot, what's the first thing that goes through your mind?
Oh hell! I said, "No, baby, yeah." You go.
Is it almost like fun to you?
It's on, baby. It's on. You know.
It's not like oh shit. It's like baby, let's do it,
it's
right?
On. But you prepare for that. You know you're gonna get. But it's on, right? For the
Did it
get go.
surprise you running out like that?
Yeah, I think. But I seen the tape. He did that. You know,
Oh, that was his thing.
But
too.
the first thing he did, he come run out and beat through that straight left hand. That surprised me. Cut right on the chin.
I would have run out, shot the double leg takedown, freak everybody out.
That's it,
What are they
right.
take a point away?
Right.
I don't care. All right.
And
So
that's
as the
all.
fight goes on, you said in the middle of the round your head hurt.
Well, in the middle of the fight, about I don't know, later rounds. I just one
Pick
fight, my head was just hurting so bad. Just
From punches or butts or both?
Both.
Headbutts,
Banging
righties and lefties butt heads a lot.
Banging heads, or punches, catching with shots.
I asked Evander Holyfield once why on More Sports, what is it? It's always a headbutt issue in his fight. And he said, look, when I'm fighting, this area belongs to me. And if your head comes in that range, I'm moving your head out. If it's not with my fist, he admitted it to me on camera. I'm moving you out of the way with my head. Right. This is my spot.
Yeah.
So, but that wasn't a style thing with him. But with you and Kim, you guys just were brawlers, and were you stepping on each other's feet?
No, everything. She giving shoulders, banging the shoulder. Kid missed a hook. He hit him with the elbow across the face.
Right.
He hit me. He was banging me low. You know, it was just everything. And
it was a Pier 1 brawl.
Yeah, exactly.
No doubt about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And your head hurt. You go back to your corner.
And I just said to myself,
and you got to be careful what you say in these days, because now all of a sudden there's cameras and microphones in the corners.
Right.
So you don't want to be in your corner going, man, my head hurts.
No, the funny thing is, my manager would never allow. At that time, they had camera. They did then too, but Dave Wolf would never allow a microphone in my corner.
Should have. In hindsight.
No, you know why? No, you know why? Because he never wanted to hear what my opponent or anybody watching the fight say, this is what they're telling him. This is what he does.
I think Wolf's a little paranoid.
It was great.
The
Dave Wolf was
fastest
great.
messenger service of all time.
So
the middle of the fight,
I just felt like, man, I want to shut that. No, I didn't say it in the group. I didn't think. I was thinking it.
Oh, you didn't tell anybody?
No, I never said it. No, because I just was thinking, man, I'm ready to shut it down. I don't know if I want to go back out there.
Because he's hitting me so hard, and
I'm hurting, man. The fight's a war. My head hurts. He said,
even though this is what you prepared for, right?
Felt right.
So it's more of a war than you prepared for.
No, it's not more of a war. It's just that one of the fights that it was one of the moments. Jay, the mind is a funny thing. I always said, the body wants to stop a lot of times, but the mind won't let it. So, like I said, physically, my body wanted to stop, And
that comes from all those amateur days, the repetition.
And exactly. And then,
all your body knows how to do it.
But your mind says, no, man, no. You think about, I want to shut it down, I want to quit. And then you go, no. I mean, it's like, it's almost after two voices in your head.
Yeah.
One, and then
like the devil and the angel.
Yeah, you say, no, I'm not.
Who's winning? Do you think you're winning?
I felt
you obviously don't.
I felt I was controlling the fight.
You felt like you're controlling it, but you're like contemplating quitting.
But at that time, it was a war. It's just one of them fights.
How much were you paid for this fight?
At that time, I made for that fight. I'll tell you what I made for it. I think I made $150 for that fight.
And is that the most you ever got paid for a fight?
At that point.
What was the most you ever got paid for a fight?
Oh, $2 million.
What?
$2 million to fight Bobby Chacon. I fought Bobby Chacon.
When was this?
That was January 14th of 1984.
And you won that fight?
Nice.
Yeah.
But then I'm so confused. That's the year you retired, right?
No, I was.
You retired in '86.
But I was the one thing I'm proud of. 85. One thing I'm proud of. I was the first lightweight Ray Leonard brought the welterweights into the 7 figures. I brought the lightweights in the 7 figures. I was the first lightweight to make seven figures.
How much of that goes to the corner?
No, I mean, it's a split. You got 10% goes to the trainer.
How much? I mean, around
Yeah.
you keep about half of that
Oh, yeah, more than half that.
after taxes.
Yeah. I mean, the manager gets a split, the trainer gets a split, and then you get your split, and then all that.
Cut man.
Yeah, but you keep it.
Cut man, except for in the Livingstone Bramble rematch, you don't pay the cut man after that. Your face,
Fire
as Joe Rogan once said, his face looks like a ransom note.
Well, but the funny thing is, I had cuts over my eyes, and there was a lot of blood. But they were cuts. But he'll slowly them up. I wasn't cut anywhere else.
You don't have like a crazy fighter face when you meet fighters after their lives.
My father said, he heals good. He heals good.
So, okay, mid-fight, you're going. It's amazing that you said it wasn't more than you expected, but this is the only fight you've had so far where you were willing to,
in the middle of a round.
It crossed your mind. Fuck it, let's just go home.
Yeah, I was hurting. My body was hurting so bad. My head was hurting so bad.
So you fight.
But then that's
fight on.
moment. But it's momentary. You know what I'm saying? It's momentary.
But it's still a big moment,
yeah,
right?
It's it.
Where you sit on a stool and
right.
doubt yourself.
Sit, man. And then
Is that the first time that's happening?
yeah, first and last.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, never.
Even with Alexis.
Even with Alexis, said, no, man, I'm going to get this guy. Keep coming. I was. Yeah.
As the fight moves forward, you realize you're winning this fight.
Yeah. I start taking control.
Okay. And it goes 15 rounds, which is...
I was 15 round fight, but it was beginning top. The 13th round, I jumped on him. He come out, I just jumped on him. I saw him come out a little slow. So I jumped on him.
You broke him.
Backed him. I threw.
Did you know that you had broken him?
40 something unanswered punches.
Wait. I interrupted you, and that's important.
No. But I mean, yeah,
In the
I followed
13th round, you threw 47 unanswered punches.
To start the round off, yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you a question
Sure.
without incriminating
Sure,
anybody or
sure,
saying
sure,
something
sure,
negative
sure,
about
sure,
that.
Sure.
Is there a time on punch 38 where you say, well, you used to see Roy Jones look at the ref like, are you going to fucking stop
Yeah.
this? This
No,
is crazy.
Because he was bobbing and weaving a lot of them. I was catching him on the shoulder, catching him in the...
He was intelligently defending himself
defending
still.
that, but I was catching him with clean shots, but a lot of times I was catching him on the shoulder, catching him in the body shots. But he kept bobbing and weaving. It wasn't like he was, and then he'd come back, and he was moving. I was walking him down, he'd come in, but he for whatever reason, I just kept winging on him,
But you couldn't drop him.
No. And I thought to myself, I was hoping the referee would come in, but soon as then we
13th round ends.
and we clinch. Well, we clinch, but here's the thing: we clinch, and now Amar Murray, he pushes me off, and then he comes right back on me. He comes back at the end of the 13th round. He's got me backing up.
Hold your mic closer.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
At the end of the 13th round, he's got me backing up, catching me, and I just threw.
He's like a zombie.
It's just unbelievable. So
When you go back to
Sefri didn't try to eat his brains. That's the only difference.
No, zombies will try to eat your brains.
My man, Uncle Dan, man,
Isn't he like a 3-point specialist? Just don't leave him open out on the wing.
That's it.
Don't leave him open. So you come to your stool in the 13th, at the end of the 13th.
Right.
In your mind, do you know you've won this fight and you just got to pretty much hold on 2 more rounds?
Taking control, right.
But how could you still be taking control with only 2 rounds left?
Well, I felt I was,
Or is that how tenuous it was?
It was very close. I felt I was controlling the fight. And now, that's why at the beginning of the 14th round, he come out and jumped on me again, but I stepped to the side and I caught him with a shot. And then all of a sudden, now, I see him stumble a little bit, and I jump right on him and I throw another 2 shots, and that's when I hit him with a straight right hand and dropped him. So, I mean, you see a guy how he comes out.
And that's the end of the fight.
Yeah. He went down. He tried to get up. He got up, man. He got up, and then he stumbled into the ropes, and Richard Green stopped it.
At the beginning of the 13th round, you noticed a different fighter getting off of his stool than the previous 12 rounds.
Right.
In the 14th round, did you see that again?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you catch him, and he stumbles. And is killer instinct a real thing? And I'm not using that word.
I'm
not connecting the two. It's the expression.
Right.
Is that a real thing where when you see a guy going, is there like a wash that comes over you where you go, time to close?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure. No matter how tired you are, you gotta shut it down, man. Close the show.
So you close the show. You hit him. I believe right hand to the chin.
Straight on chin. Drop. Mm-hmm.
Boom, boom. He drops. Now he gets up.
Right.
And then he walks under his own.
No. He stumbled into the ropes. He stumbled back into the ropes, and they stopped rightfully so because he got up at 8. And then he
Right, but
stumbled
from
into
the
ropes.
ring to his dressing room.
No, now see,
Tell
that's
us.
why I never saw him afterwards. We were jumping around the ring. It's Madhouse in the ring. My people, all Youngstown, jumping in the ring. I went over to, like every fighter, to congratulate him. Great fight. And he was on a stool, and I just said, great fight. They don't understand me, whatever. We're celebrating.
Did he speak any English?
No.
Okay.
No. I never
And
knew
you speak
that.
Korean fluently.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
I didn't